Alright. Can't believe I've been live for 2 hours and about to start another run of this shit. I really want to be done with this game today, though. I'm doing it for GameCube Mania. This is fine. That last one was bad anyway. Omega Copium. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time just finishing a run in this game. I'm playing like 4 minutes off my sum of best, so it shouldn't even be hard to finish a run, but I've just like hit a massive wall with this game, it feels like. Oh, also, we're gonna get the nameless katana in this run, because I said so. It'll help later. I'm putting the nameless katana back in. It's just, like, too good. Too many times I've been doing these fights where the enemies have, like, 1 pixel of HP remaining. Wow, that sucked. Three buckets. I'll see what the time is. This might be a reset. 3 buckets is really slow. Everyone is standing away from me. Yeah, 49. Even with the rest of the tutorial being basically perfect, 3 buckets is just pretty shit. 3 buckets is just like lose 10 to 15 seconds immediately because of RNG. I'll get that added in like a minute when I've got a free hand to do it with. One more. Quick one, please. Ah, that was slow. That was gonna be really fast, but then it wasn't. That right there.
What?
812. Man. I mean, that's the risk you take, X-Play, when you pay up for the corn on stream. That is a missile, of course, made out of corn. It could not possibly be seen as anything else. That's, the picture comes from a game dev stream I did quite a while ago, where it was 4 in the morning and I was trying to make a corn projectile for my character to shoot, and I made that, and that's how I knew it was time to go to bed. There's a good clip of it out there somewhere. Yeah, it figures that it would be. Someday game dev will actually happen again. I was just feeling particularly inspired that weekend, and I haven't ever since. Inspiration, would love to feel that someday. Yeah, I don't know. It's more like every once in a while, I'll just have like a burst of motivation. Like last night, I put together all the GameCube Mania stuff. Usually I don't have the energy to like get out of bed or like interact with my computer, and I just leave it on a stream and just lay there. Last night I was feeling it. So I went ahead and like put together a bunch of shit and like did a bunch of work. But usually I'm not like that. Comes and goes. I don't know, I need goals to work towards as well. Like, part of why that stream worked was like, it was for a college game jam, so it was like, make the game, and then at the end of all of this, I, entered in this competition, I go show it off, and I had, people vote for my game if it's any good, hopefully. They didn't vote for it, but that's because they were wrong. It was the best game shown, but whatever. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's just been 2 years and I still think about it. But, then, like, I tried again later, entering, like, Ludum Dare, and it was just like, literally no one will vote for this game, even if it is the best thing I've ever made, because it is Ludum Dare. So what is the fucking point? So that didn't help with the motivation. Please do a triple. Please do a triple. Aw, oh, come on. Bad RNG. Fight itself was good enough. It's just he didn't kill me fast enough. 2 whole years of not being mad, exactly. Not even a little bit. I think I won like 3rd place, which means maybe 1 person voted for me. Even though my game was clearly the best. I was operating on another level compared to those plebs. They just didn't understand my genius. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't worked on my RPG in ages either. That project kind of died. I was working on that very diligently for a long time. Like, I put the whole engine together, and then as soon as it was time to start making the actual game content, I was just like, meh, I'm bored now. Been working on this engine for 2 months, but I don't feel like using it, so I'm just gonna quit now. But maybe that'll come back sometime. And I'll actually make the game. Silly Majima. He's still okay as long as he lets me combo him here, which he didn't. But it's still okay anyway, so cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one voted for me because people didn't really know who I was. At that point, I hadn't actually like been an active member of the game dev club in a long time at school. So when I showed up again, most of the people who knew me had graduated at that point, and people were just like, "Think I remember you?" Like people didn't really know me, so people aren't gonna vote for my game. Which, you know, it is what it is. Not saying strictly it's a popularity contest or whatever, but you know, people are more likely to pay closer attention to things made by people who they are friends with. My thing wasn't amazing enough to overcome that hump exactly. It was pretty good though. I'm proud of my corn fighting game. I don't know, my game dev process is also just like way too sloppy and way too much of a clusterfuck to like want to stream it most of the time. And usually whenever I do stream it, I just end up leaking personal info because you have to desktop stream, and it's like, good luck desktop streaming, you nerd. Too much. Much too much. Wow, he actually got me. Majima, really? You didn't even hit him. You just held him back here. Was that necessary? I like how Majima's in the cutscene, though. You missed many Sugoi mans. This is like the third or fourth run that's gotten this far. I've been live for 2 hours. And we're just starting another run. And this time I'm getting the Nameless. Nameless is going back in the route. I'm sick of this no Nameless shit. Oh, whoops. That's not a sword. Cool. Now I'm all the way back here. You love to see it. Good fight. So yeah, not even gonna be close to gold because we got the Nameless, but honestly, that was a good chapter. And actually, it is pretty close to gold. So, what do I know? feel like the fighting was pretty good. Got something to do with it. Alright, Marame, no memes. This fight should be slightly more consistent because of the nameless. But you know, that consistency won't show up over the course of this one run. But this should theoretically be more likely to be a less bad Marame. Being said, he's owned me there. I'm gonna do this just to leave that corner. Like a truck backing up outside my window that was just backing up for like a full minute to the point where I was starting to wonder if it was something else, but no, just the truck backing up extremely slowly. That was like a pretty mid-tier Marame. We'll lose time on the split, but not too much. Anyone want to actually attack me? That was awful. Yeah, only got knocked down once, which is still bad. Could have gotten knocked down 0 times, but at least it wasn't just like a total block fest. I got a full combo in, I heat actioned him. You know, can't ask for much more. Also 2-second gold. Legit, I think Nameless makes a huge difference. This is like one of those laziness things. I keep being way too lazy to like do the math and really heavily investigate how strong the Nameless Katana is. But all I'm saying is, I pick up the Nameless, it takes like 20 seconds to go get, and suddenly I'm golding this split. Even with a mediocre Marame, you know? I'm just saying. I think Nameless might be good. Kinda sucks that I'm all the way out here. I'm gonna go back. Actually, this is fine. We're gonna do this. No, this is not fine. This is not fine. This is bad. Now we're over here. supposed to hit the last guy. Not a very good bridge. This run is finishing 1000%. Guaranteed. What could possibly go wrong? I just need to remember the route and not get an encounter for no reason, and play good for the next bit under 3 hours. I mean, that is true. If the gold is my fastest time ever on a split, then it would make sense that the run was the fastest run ever. Otherwise, how could it have a fastest ever split in it? Okay, so how come we've got the sword now? And then in the next fight we don't have the sword? Where did my sword go in that time? I mean, this is someone else's sword. That's why. But, you know, just thinking about it. I feel like we could also just borrow this sword for the fight with the next guys too. Double kick. I always point it out when it happens because actually kicking 2 guys at once in this game is hard to do and not consistent. That guy just attacked twice really quickly. It's weird. It's like not how the AI in this game is supposed to behave. That was a good fight. I don't understand that split. I mean, it's the bridge. It's the bridge is why. Oh, they're not dead. Neither of those people are dead. Interesting. That was pretty good. encounter. Can I do this? And do this. Cool. Time save. Haven't been able to do that shortcut yet today because they keep spawning an encounter right there. And there's some landing lag from jumping off the ledge, and they use that to get you. I really hate these roads. Fine. This is not fine. Oh, we're losing time on this split. I don't think I could have gotten by that one. Either in front of him or behind him. It's close, but I've gotten hit trying to get past that before. I don't think it would have worked. That encounter kind of sucks. Oh well. Next split's a big one. We'll save a lot of time on the next split. The next split should be gold, actually, because it's our first time doing that with Nameless, I think. And also the new route. I'm looking, I see what you posted in Discord, Natoku. That's like a good idea. Like that sounds good. But that requires me to use Godot or whatever, and I don't really want to do that. I usually don't have fun trying to learn tools like that. It's interesting though. I'll keep it in mind. Maybe I'll convince myself. This section of the game is the classic. Run faster than the escort can run, but walk slower than they run. So no matter what, you just can't match that guy's speed. Fine though, we can just wait for him at the end. Okay, this split's still going to be fine, actually, because the fight at the start was pretty good. But I think we're still going to be okay this split. Oh god. Go away, please, bots. The new strat. Yeah, look at this. I'm actually still saving time. Even with the encounter that I dodged, that's how good the Nameless is. I don't know why I ever thought to route this out. Nameless is my best friend.
What? Huh?
Still can't get over that comment. It's a weird comment. I guess so. I'm incapable of taking compliments is the thing. Exactly. Game is so long. It's not even like this game is like 8 minutes longer than Yakuza 4 right now. It feels so long. I like that Yakuza 4 has a break in it too. That break does a lot of work. Like, this is only chapter 5. I think it helps that Yakuza 4 has, I guess, 17 chapters, so 4 more chapters. So on average, the chapters are shorter. I mean, I guess this game, if you count the prologue, then this game has 14 chapters compared to 4's 17. So only 3 more. That game's got some really quick chapters as well, though, that just, like, I feel like that helps the pacing. Never thought I'd say that Yakuza 4 was a better paced run than literally any other game, but here we are. So see that guy in pink going in for the stab. I saw it. This is a little awkward actually, because it's gonna mean no heat for the stun lock guy in the next fight. He's gonna be a little weird. Fine. Any particular reason I chose this? Just because no one had really worked on it before. You know, I play a lot of, like, the PS3 era Yakuzas, like 3, 4, and 5. And, you know, this is one of those. No one had really worked on it. That's the main thing. It was just a game that I knew could be optimized a ton. I figured it'd be interesting to, like, look into and get good at. Which, you know, we found plenty of stuff. Nothing, like, super exciting, but we found plenty of things to optimize the game by little bits and pieces here and there. So, mission complete. Now I just need to actually get a good run. Hey, I did it. I did that. It was only like an hour slower. The game felt much worse to play, but it was only like an hour slower. Yep. Yep. I knew that was gonna happen. Log guy's been screwing me. Log guy screwed me again. The targeting there, so now I can't finish him off. Everyone has like 1 hit left on them. This is all very awkward. Go. And you. That sucked. Yeah, so the evolution of a Yakuza speedrun, I run the game, I have my strats and I feel pretty good about them, I move on. 2 months later, Natoku finds the gambling route. I have to come back and do gambling runs. My life is ruined. Thank you, Natoku. Nah, I don't think there will be a gambling route for this game. Money just really doesn't buy that much in this game. There are very few weapons in Kenzan that are better than the weapon that we're already using, and we already have enough money to power it. So, it's like, what would we even buy that's better? There's just not much. Like you can go to the blacksmith and have your sword upgraded, but the sword upgrades barely even do anything. It'll be like, pay 10,000 mon to raise your attack by literally 1. Bearing in mind that the base attack of this sword is 77. And we're gonna increase it by 1. Like, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, the money sword in particular is just way too OP. It's definitely designed around the idea that you won't want to use it because you'll want to preserve your money to do things with the money because you're like playing the game casually. Or you're afraid of running out of money, or you're constantly running out of money from buying different items. But this is a speedrun, so we can just use the super OP weapon and completely disregard its downside. Like, oh, there's supposed to be a reason why I wouldn't use this? Well, whatever, too bad. Not really relevant to us here. Yeah, or like that one where it's just, you know, the drawback to this one is you have to be drunk or else it doesn't do anything. And it's like, this is a speed run. I have no problem literally just carting around 25 bottles of sake and just being constantly drunk at all times in order to like not have to think about it. Something a casual player would never do, but as a speedrunner, you can just very easily break the game by doing stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Ah.
Casual player might actually want to use their inventory for something, but for us, who cares? Wrong menu.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I kind of wish that strat stayed in the run. Just, it's very funny. I do like that our cursed sword of choice just makes us constantly bleed money. And you have to like play well to not run out of money. But it's also very funny, the idea of just being drunk for the entire run. Yeah, one of those bullets just didn't count. Oh boy, that's not good. Oh. Don't want to do the third attack. I buffered that poorly. That didn't kill you? Wow. Oh yeah, there are drunk strats in 4 and 5, but you're not like permanently drunk. It's like, as these characters, we want to be drunk sometimes. Not to the extent that we were gonna route drunk strats into this game, where it's just, there is literally not a moment when you were not drunk after chapter 5. But yeah, in 4, you stay drunk as Akiyama and Tanimura, and in 5, you do it in the back half of Baseball Man. And the reason why you don't do it for all of Baseball Man is because Baseball Man is too poor to afford beer until chapter 3. Well, until chapter 2, but then there's nowhere to buy it until chapter 3. Gonna sneak by this guy on the right. Fine. We're gonna get behind this dude like I did my last run. You kind of snag on him, which is really scary, but you do get past him. Gotta trust the process. There was actually a time when we very briefly almost routed drunk strats into Yakuza 6. At the very start of Yakuza 6, you can drink a bunch of stuff, get a bunch of stat improvements from it, and then use that to... Or you get a bunch of different colors of XP from it, and then you use that to buy a certain attack upgrade early. And that was an interesting idea. The problem is that in the Dragon Engine, when you get drunk, you can't walk straight anymore. And the movement was actually so terrible and hard to control that it's not faster for that reason. If you could run in a straight line, it probably would have been very slightly faster. Wow. Hate the guys with knives. Honestly, the guys with knives are worse than the guys with swords. You have my plate. There we go, there's the plate. Thank. Oh, I hope that was the plate. Dude, the guys with knives suck so bad. They're all doing it though. They all suck. Fight's been really slow. Yeah, all these guys have like 2 hits left on them. Everyone is practically dead, but not fully dead, and that's bad. Yeah, it's interesting. In the Heat, or gosh, which game is it? Oh yeah, it's on Tanimura, where we don't even get Boozer's lore on Tanimura in 4, because it doesn't, you know, there isn't Boozer's lore in 4 on Tanimura. It's on Akiyama in that game. So like, the sole reason why we get drunk as Tanimura is just because you do so many heat actions. And it's really helpful for just building up heat faster. Also, that was a sick dodge off the ledge. If Metza was here, he'd be popping off. I got so much distance there. There's some weird tech in this game where, yeah, thought that might happen. If you do a dodge when you're going off a ledge and you're running, you like conserve a bunch of speed and you can get a ton of distance. Oh, I forgot that I'm still not supposed to do that menu. Damn it. Oh well. Metza is no longer proud of me. He's now shaking his head wherever he is. I'm supposed to do that at the same time as equipping the money sword. Save like 2 seconds in menuing. Since we don't actually use that weapon until chapter 7, there's no need to equip it at this exact moment. Gotta be a little careful when dodging these, because if you go too far to the left, you will actually walk off the ledge and fall all the way back down, which is a bad meme. I was like 1 frame late on taking out my sword. I always forget to do this, but I really want to take out my sword before getting into this fight. And that way I can hopefully start attacking Majima before he has a chance to do anything weird. But I always forget, and then that time I didn't forget, but I was like a frame late on pressing the button. Which, I mean, it's fine, honestly. Like, right there, he dodges, which is good. The dodge is how I'm able to start the combo in the first place. Wow, it's just, my combo finisher is taking me so far away from him that I can't get the extra hits in. There we go. This might not kill. Yeah. Okay, that did though. This time we're gonna sell the plate. Oh yeah, also we're like a minute ahead of where I was last time I did this. This run is much better. This run, we're actually gonna do the route. You'll see.
Oh, 書いた。
Still nowhere near a gold though. Because the first fight sucked. And one of those 2 fights in the suburbs also sucked. Alright, doing the route, selling the plate. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Hopefully I did the water lady. I'm like 95% sure that I did. Maybe? I've gone back and forth on that. He kind of looks like Date, doesn't he? but I'm not sure that he is supposed to be Date, or if he's just some dude. So this is the route that I forgot last run. We wanna sell the silver plate that I hopefully picked up. There it is. That's 2,600 yen, which is the correct amount. This is not the correct way, though. I wonder if I'm gonna get a sub-story cutting through here. I've never done this before. I did not. That was the wrong way to walk, though, so my bad. Not sure what possessed me to do that. So we're not fully gonna do the route. Don't worry about it. I would never do the route correctly. That wouldn't be interesting if I just had a good run, you know? Gotta make it spicy.
Oh.
Alright, chapter 6 is a big routing chapter. I have a bunch of stuff to do. It's not quite so linear. This is down 1. Hold left. The taxi menu changes over the course of the game as we get new taxi locations. They'll all be unlocked by the end of this chapter, but at the start of this chapter, the menu's a little bit different. It doesn't ask us if we want to go to one of the other parts of the city. It just asks us if we want to go, like, east or west. What? Come on. This is the game introducing us to this training guy. This game doesn't, like, do level ups the way all the other games do, where, like, you get experience and then you put the experience into unlocking abilities. In this game, leveling up is just, like, you get more health and you might do more damage, maybe, but I don't think so. And that's it. The way you get new abilities is entirely through trainings. There's a ton of different training masters and things like that in this game, and that dude is one of them. This is just a mash. We're gonna go to this taxi a lot, and that's always just mashing X to get to. Bottom option twice to Soup Guy. Soup Guy is explaining the police to me. There is a cop walking around the city, and if the cop gets too close to me, he will start a chase. Fortunately, the cop always spawns in the southernmost part of town, where we just literally never go. So as long as I know where I'm going in town, I'm gonna do all my movement fast enough that the cop never gets the chance to walk into some place where I might actually have to be. So the cop is just not even a concern for the run. I don't think about him at all. He might show up in the background of a cutscene later in this split, and that's like literally it for the cop. He can't show up anywhere else. It is a weird mechanic though. There's like GTA style wanted stars and you gotta run away from him. This guy tells me about the Riverside Tea House. I'm not gonna go straight to the Riverside Tea House because instead I'm gonna go this way. And the reason why I'm going this way is because I'm gonna take a taxi from the Yoshioka Dojo to get to the tea house, or to get closer to the tea house. And this is also gonna unlock this taxi point so that I can get back to this part of town faster later. Looks a little weird, but it saves me from walking, and I think this is down one. Yeah. Yo, same, Yimo. I mean, I don't care, but... I mean, in a perfect world, all of my friends are playing old school RuneScape with me, and we're all enjoying old school RuneScape together. And all my friends play my favorite games all the time, and we're all into the same things. And we race bad GameCube games all the time. Yo, you in for the Dragon Slayer race, Yemo? I know Theo's on board, and Captain can be convinced. That sub-story doesn't do anything on its own, but it unlocks the sub-story that we're gonna use to get the money sword. Later in this split, we'll get sub-story for that. A little careful there, because there can be an encounter directly behind the camera at the start. I want to make sure that I've got the camera turning so I can see what's up. I'm going to interpret that as a yes, Yemo. It really won't be that bad. Like, most of the grinding we did in Discord Wars was not related to beating Dragon Slayer. That being said, there will be some additional mining and smithing grinding, but don't worry about it to get the nails. And not every quest has to be done. There are some skippable free-to-play quests. And yeah, no plate legs necessary as well, which is cool. The nails doesn't suck that much. It's like maybe 2 hours of stuff you gotta go do to make the nails. It's not that bad. Like, Night Sword gets you to 29 smithing, so you really only need the last 5 smithing levels. Oh, wrong way. And the mining, you're gonna be mining iron anyway for Doric's quest, probably. Although you can also just get iron bars from the wilderness and then skip Doric's quest, which might be the strat. I haven't really routed it or whatever. Yeah, honestly, I was thinking about that. I think that for certain things we'd have to swap worlds, so this isn't really practical. But we could do the race where all of us are on the same world, so it's also like we'll see each other when we're playing the game. And there will be like some light competition for resources, maybe, if we happen to be in the same place at the same time. We can like kill the cows together and stuff. Maybe even some PKing, you never know. It'll be a spicy one. When can I schedule you for this race, Yemo? I'm thinking next Friday. Like, I think it'll be 15 hours long tops. And it will be a fun 15 hours because we'll be runescaping. Anyway, this is that sub-story with, that right there got us the money sword. And that sub-story would not have been there if we hadn't talked to the old man by the river. Go. Also, yeah, security dungeon and or just grab some shit out of the wilderness real quick. Not like a full hardcore pants grind, but just grab like a couple pairs of pants and then bail. That's not too bad. And you do need to go to the wilderness anyway to get at least the planks, if not also the iron bars. Wonder if I can do this. No, that was not fast. I'll make the route. I'll have a route up. As far as like what order to do the quests in my opinion, and which ones to skip. I'll make that info available for the gamers if you guys want it, probably. Of course, I don't know like the actual speedrun route, so it'll be a route for not super pro gamers, which I guess will be helpful. I mean, there might be some tick rate abuse for prayer flicking. Not like super good prayer flicking, but I'm gonna be doing it. You're welcome to as well. I mean, maybe not, honestly. It might not be worth burying bones, since we don't need to get a high total level or anything. And we're gonna be able to kill all the other shit pretty easily. I don't think any sort of tick rate abuse is gonna be necessary. You know, you want a prayer flick for that plus 5% strength. That's gonna be like the only prayer you have. Yet this encounter is in such an obnoxious spot. I think that lady on the left is a sub-story, so that's the problem there. That was really stupid of me, though. I didn't have to do that. We're gonna lose a lot of time on this split. I've been a little sloppy like that. Oh, shoot, right. Yeah, I'll have to look up the adventurer path stuff and how to route that in. Yeah, it's the thing from, this guy's giving me no openings. I mean, we'll have to do this Iron Man. Iron Man, please. Get out of my brain pie. We'll have to do this Iron Man. So, yeah, I guess we just won't be using that then. Is that not an Iron Man thing? Damn, rip adventurer path. No free shit. Why did I do that when I knew that was gonna happen? camera. Very cool. Yeah, we're gonna lose like 20 seconds. So we're gonna lose like 40 seconds on this split. And that's because of routing differences and also mistakes and also bad RNG. That was just not a good chapter 6 at all. Oh, this is actually not as bad as I thought. It was only like 25 seconds, 27, something like that. That's fine. That's fine. Now it's time to just be a gamer for the next 2 hours. There are a lot of fights in this run where the game just automatically swaps you over to the dual sword stance, and I think it does that because the dual sword stance looks cool. Why can't I do the heat action in water? Interesting. It seems to do that just because the dual sword stance looks cool, but the dual sword stance is almost completely worthless. It does next to no damage. And that guy's second and third phases, he blocks most attacks. I kind of didn't play that very well, but once he starts blocking, I back up a little bit in the hopes that it causes him to not immediately attack out of the block, which he can do. And that attack does knock down, so you don't want it to happen. And I don't really know if that strat works, but it worked there, so sure. That's the only exciting thing we're gonna do for like the next 20 minutes of this game. Now we're just gonna walk places. Damn, so there's some actual lore to the two sword fight style. Well, it sucks. It sucks, don't use it. It doesn't cause any knockdown. You can't infinite combo anything with it. You're forced to do half your hits with the second sword that does like no damage, and there's no way to get a good second sword. That doesn't take forever. Speed is kind of good, but like that's all it's got going for it. Like how they've got the lights there and there's just no one there. They've got it set up for like a little night cafe area. It's completely deserted. Today I will not look at the mail. I refuse to check the mail. Anyway, this chapter basically consists of just walking back and forth up and down this street 3 times, and then we go do a set piece. That's the whole chapter. I hope you like this street. This is Gion in Kyoto. I think. Yeah, that's it. Interestingly, Ishin takes place here as well, just 200 years later, so it looks very different. But the river is there and stuff like that. Let's see, this is just a walk, because we're just going to Koetsu. Where is Hasao? Get out of here. Wrong game. Now, if this game had a Lubu secret boss, that would be good. If Lubu showed up, I think this is the complete wrong era for him. But he could still show up anyway. Lubu just doesn't die. Death does not pursue him.
What? Oh.
Alright, just 2 walks up and down the road away from content. Real life video gaming content. Hello, encounter. Don't turn around, thank you. I mean, if you want Shenmue, just stick around another 2 splits. Chapter 9 is the Shenmue 2 split. Yo. That's pretty exciting. P Omega lol E. All I want for Christmas is for Path of Exile to fade out of relevance, smile face. It's too relevant among my friends. It needs to become less relevant. That all my friends can play my favorite games. Like, I eventually had to give up on the dream of getting people to race Tony Hawk's Underground with me and just play it myself, and it wasn't even good. It was like, okay. Imagine if I had friends that would experience Tony Hawk's Underground with me. It would have been so much better.
Huh?
A RuneScape 3 melody. RuneScape 3 is bad. I mean, I don't even know. It just doesn't look appealing to me at all. It looks like a generic MMO. I honestly wonder, like, I think it is. I think that most of the old content is still in the game. Like, all those free-to-play quests are still in RuneScape 3, and they're just, like, extremely off-putting with just, like, how primitive they are compared to all the other content in the game. But I think it's all still in. And did you hear about the composer, by the way? of all the old school RuneScape music? Dude's going to prison. That ruined my fun when I found that out. Anyway, just be a little careful with the cops here. This isn't too hard. In fact, it's not hard at all. Just do that. Easy. Time for content. Oh, this sucks. I will not get a single double hit in on any of these guys. That was awful. There's an old man in this room that I need to deal with first. Wow. What a gamer. Look at that long-ass animation. Fuck you, he did it again. That cost me money, too. I literally just paid that man 100 mon to get countered. Oh my god, it's just... Someone, I need, like... Do we know anyone in New Zealand who can just, like, go sabotage the game somehow? Where are the data centers? Someone go unplug the servers. I'm gonna send my wannabe famous bots after the Path of Exile devs. This fighting has been really bad. I think we're gonna lose a lot of time. We'll see how the big boy goes. See how the armored guy at the end plays out. I think this is always XO. I really don't want to fail this though, because if you fail that, you get trapped behind it and you have to destroy it, which takes forever. We're gonna go right here, and going right is hopefully gonna allow us to skip some shit. One, if not two QTEs, hopefully. A double QTE skip, good. Fight never feels that fast when I get that, but the double QTE skip is big. Where am I? Dude, not where I thought I was. Moved me. I blame the game. Really, guy? What is he even doing? What was that exactly? We're gonna save time on this split, but it was pretty bad. We're only saving time because of double QTE skip and no weird memes.
No.
I want to jump on the Mania event. If you want to, like the game selection process is very open to interpretation. If there's any games that you're interested in maybe racing, let me know what those are. And, you know, we can sprinkle them throughout. Every third game is Racer's Choice. Some gimmick like that, where if people are down to play something with me, I just pick it and we play it. Gonna be busy tonight though, programming a voting bot for chat. That's actually gonna be maybe complicated. I might have to set up a database for that. I think I probably will. And at that point, if I'm setting up a database, I might as well get even more complex with like making sure that we don't draw sequels and doing things like that. Because right now, you can totally just like draw the sequel before the first game. which I wouldn't really want to do. So I'm going to have to mark down every sequel and what they're a sequel to, and then write some logic for that so that it doesn't draw games that have unfinished prequels. See, this is Kaminoya, then Koetsu, then back to Kaminoya, then back to Tatsuya, talk to the dude, and then Hozoin, the monks, the tournament, etc. Okay, chapter 8's pretty straightforward. Looking over my notes, I don't think I have anything exciting and new to do in this split either. Pretty sure this is just same old shit. Agent Under Fire. I'm thinking, so let's say I'm not gonna, this run's only half over, so I'm not gonna call anything just yet. But let's say this run finishes and it's sub 310, and I, put the game back on the shelf for forever. We're done with Kenzan. I'm thinking that I want to start with an SMS 120 just for like, just for hype's sake. I think I'll probably start with SMS 120, get people in, and then we'll go from there. But Agent Under Fire, I'm down to play sometime. For the record, these are going to be any percent goals for the most part. SMS 120 is just for the sake of it being the first game. If I did SMS any percent, it would be done in an hour and a half. Yeah, there's a bunch of Mario games. We got Mario Party 4, 5, 6, 7. We got SMS. We got Mario Golf and Mario Tennis and Mario Baseball and Mario Soccer. We got DDR Mario Mix. We got Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door. Might be it. Am I missing any Mario games? Like looking over at my shelf. Not missing any Mario games that I have. There is, yeah, it's called Mario Strikers. It is for the GameCube. There was a sequel called Mario Strikers Charged for the Wii. It was developed by Next Level Games, who would then go on to make the Wii Punch-Out game and also Metroid Prime Federation Force. Apparently, it's a pretty good game. It is known for being slightly edgy, but like, as edgy as a Mario game can be. You got like Waluigi doing pelvic thrusts in there and whatnot. The only good football playable game. I mean, honestly, I think what do you mean you're not? I think I agree with Yemo, and I've not even played it. I think I agree with Yemo, because I'm not sure what soccer game out there would be less terrible, or would be, like, better, is what I meant to say. Like, FIFA Street, nah. See, I was thinking about those when I was putting together, like, sports trash list. I know some people have fondness for the NBA Street series. And actually, now that we mention it, I think NBA Street Volume 3 has playable Mario in it on the GameCube. So, there you go. Another Mario game. But, like, I would still consider those to be licensed sports trash, and I have no interest in playing them. Dude, Gimmo, when no joke, when I was testing the program, I rolled Disney Sports Football like 3 times. It kept coming up. There's no escape. There's a big picture of Pete on the box art. There's a bunch of Disney sports games. The only good one is Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure, of course. And even that game is pretty questionable. You gotta call it by its full name. It is Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure. Oh, wait, is there a second one? Holy shit, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I take it back. I'm the true poser here. I'm the fake Disney sports fan. You do actually have to talk to the bald guy before you can come talk to the old dude. Otherwise, the old dude won't agree to help you out because you don't know you need help yet. Yeah, the thing about Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure, it was developed by Toys for Bob, who, you know, aren't themselves the most exciting developer, but that means that it was made by Activision, which means that they used the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 engine. So, even if the level design is garbage, the engine is at least confirmed good. I've played the game before, so I already know. That's exactly how it is. The level design sucks, but the engine is good. You get all the early 2000s radio Disney classics on the soundtrack. You got Smash Mouth, you got Lil Romeo. That's it. There's no other relevant tracks on the entire soundtrack. It's just those two. You can turn all the others off. Also, in Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure, there is 2 playable characters who I think won some kind of Disney-sponsored skateboarding competition in real life to be in the game, and one of them is from New Jersey. They have little bios, and one of them is from New Jersey. So that's pretty exciting for me. Get New Jersey representation in the Disney Extreme Skateboarding Adventure. Which, like, there's also an entire level in Underground just called New Jersey. So that's pretty good too. Like, New Jersey is overrepresented, if anything, in extreme sports games. Please connect, thank you. That was a good chapter 8. We should save a few seconds here. I always forget that there's a lot of cutscenes at the end of this. I was like, yo, am I about to save like a whole minute for some reason? No. There's a lot of cutscenes. We gotta chat with the old man again out in the rain, and then he locks us in prison. I think this is actually just the guest house, but because there's bars on the door, I'm pretty sure it's prison. There it is, and this guy just talks to us through the bars. We can't let him in, he's gotta stand out in the rain. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh, we're actually not gonna save time, damn. I thought that was pretty good. I can't believe I lost like 7 seconds. That might be the most painful game on the list for me, Yimo. That and the, well, there's a couple. There's a couple of games on the list that really scare me. Path of Radiance is one. Both Bot and Kaitos games are scary. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest is scary. Very scary, in fact. That's all that's coming to mind right now, but I'm sure there's more on the platform that I just really don't want to play. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the whole collection. Because of the other game, here's my gimmick. Here's how I'm gonna save myself from playing all the games. Because all the other games are not exclusive to the collection, the only thing we're gonna do when that comes up is play Master Quest. I'm not gonna play Majora's Mask and Zelda 1 and 2 or whatever it is. Not gonna beat Wind Waker within the time limit of the demo, no. I guess Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are also both kind of scary, but I'm sure if I put my mind to it, I can actually play through those games. I've just never bothered before because Zelda is boring. You're going to the Yoshioka Dojo now. I've actually played a little bit into Wind Waker, but not that much. I've played through the big tree dungeon in Wind Waker, which is like the second dungeon or the first one or so. Right, Master Quest is gonna majorly suck. Phantasy Star Online is not out, but I might be lumping the two versions of episodes 1 and 2 together. Apparently episode 3 is a card game, so that's valid. Uh, episodes 1 and 2, like the thing with Phantasy Star Online is that there's Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2, then there's Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2 plus, and I think I'll just play the plus version and just like not play the same game twice. I've been thinking about that as well, Piper. I think I'm going to add certain out-of-region games, as in Kururin Squash, Doshin the Giant, and that might be it. I can't think of any others off the top of my head, but I will add a few out-of-region games, but not too many, because a lot of them will just be too hard to play without speaking Japanese or whatever. Dokapon, that's not on GameCube. That is not on Game. Is there a GameCube one? I don't think so. His Kingdom was on PS2. I don't think there was an earlier one on GameCube or anything. Is there a JP only one? Fun fact, I actually own 2 Dokapon games on Super Famicom. I have the cartridge and everything. And they are both unplayable in Japanese, so I don't know why I own them, but I do. I think they like came with something else. Out of my way. Oh wow, there you go. Followers and viewers. Am I gonna get more followers and viewers? Is it just telling my followers and viewers to click on its virus link? I'm missing the context. I need help. I'm not gonna click that without any additional context. Am I gonna become famous if I click it? Dude, Yimo. I can't deal with this anymore. Yimo, you're my friend. You have been using the wrong acronym for GameCube for the last like 2 streams now. GBC is Game Boy Color. And GCB is also not GameCube. I don't know where you got that from. It's GCN. I haven't said anything because I'm like, Yimo is my friend. I'm not gonna nitpick his chat messages when I know what he means. But this has gone far enough. I mean, GC also works perfectly fine. It's weird though, like, people call it GCN, which is like GameCube Nintendo. Why not NGC? But the reasoning is because NGC is taken by the Neo Geo Pocket Color, which for some reason isn't actually taking it because that's the NGPC. So I don't know why it couldn't just be the NGC for GameCube, but here we are. And people abbreviated the GCN. Because we all have to respect some stupid handheld that nobody owns from the 90s that has like a Sonic game on it or something. And for the record, it does have a Sonic game on it. I've always been a bit curious about that one. If it's any good. Yeah, that's why. It's GameCube Nintendo. You know, they did, just thinking about it, they did recently update Dolphin to make it much easier to net play Four Swords Adventure. If that ever comes up, could net play it. And that would be more fun / less miserable than playing it by myself. I have all the equipment for playing it in real life, but I don't have real life friends. That's the piece of equipment that I'm missing, is the other humans. Oh, you know what's gonna suck? You know what's gonna suck ass? This is a hot take. This is a hot take. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Game's a piece of shit. I don't know how people like Crystal Chronicles. I can't stand that game. That was a really good fight, by the way. I just channeled my hatred of Crystal Chronicles into that boss. He didn't know what hit him. I really don't like Crystal Chronicles. I've played the entire thing up to the final boss before. You know, with humans. Enjoy rolling Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon might be comfy. Harvest Moon is like everyone loves it. So I'm sure I could make myself love it too. I'm not sure what the goal is. If there's like a beat the game for I don't know how many Harvest Moons are on GameCube. I know there's A Wonderful Life on GameCube, but I don't know if there's any others. We dropped the game in the first hour. You made the right call. My friend group did move on to play Crystal Chronicles after Four Swords Adventures, and we didn't drop it until we were literally at the final boss, and we couldn't beat the final boss, and we were like, what if we just never played this again? And that's what we did. There was one of the four of us who was like holding out optimism, like, oh no, the game is good. And at that point, he finally had to admit that actually the game is not good. And that we can stop playing. Really fast fight, by the way. Ow. Oof. I just combined ouch with oof to get ouf. That was interesting. Interesting turn of phrase. But 3 Harvest Moons, that's a little painful. I was concerned about that. People do love Crystal Chronicles though. It's like people were really excited when they announced the remaster, and then Square Enix half-assed the remaster and everyone was disappointed. But that was a thing. By the way, it is now Shenmue 2 time. This is the longest walk in the game. For some reason, they've disabled the taxis, and we must now walk across the entire map. Pretty much. This is just about the farthest walk you could possibly do in Kenzan. I think it is, honestly. But we're gonna be walking for a little while. That encounter is fairly common. You just have to bait him out. Say hello to the horse as we walk by. There was also a chicken, but we're not here for him. We're there to say hi to the horse and no one else. See, I don't mind speed gaming. I've never had like, you know, I don't watch speed gaming. I never have. I'm not invested in any of their content. I don't really care, but I don't like speed gaming it doesn't get the same emotional reaction for me that the GSA does. And I think it's because the GSA are just so transparently like wishing they could sell out and like be esports that it just like majorly rubs me the wrong way. Whereas I feel like speed gaming has had years to sort of build up its position in the community, which is still like they don't have much of a position, but you know, it just feels a little bit less transparently sellouty than GSA does, which is just like a cash grab from SM64 runners. But yeah, I do agree that you know, I personally am not interested in speed gaming's content because it's all just like it's you know, the standard Mario, Zelda, Super Metroid type stuff. Not really my content. But the GSA, frick off. which I think they mostly have. I haven't really heard of the GSA in a while. I think they're largely irrelevant, I hope. I hope they're largely irrelevant. I think they mostly just restream old Mario Maker content forever. Like 12 people watching. A very good Yakuza run, huh? D. Oh boy, big things are coming soon, TM. I hope that means they're gonna do that Yakuza Kiwami 2 tournament. Yeah, honestly, just release the GSA coin. That's the big thing they're referencing. It's 100% that GSA is getting involved in crypto somehow. Oh, you know what it's gonna be? Here's what it is. Oh shit. What? Guy fucking teleported. What the fuck? Come on. I think I know why that happened, but that is some bullshit. This dude. I'm not even that, like, my run is ruined, but I'm not even that mad because that is the dumbest thing that has ever happened in this game. I know why that happened, but that is horseshit. It's because I was too quick in how I snuck past him. So I got technically too far away from him, which caused him to respawn. That's what happened. But that is some actual horseshit. What's up, Delk? I'm sorry. Basically, I was too good. At this point, I'm very familiar with how far that guy's patrol is, so I knew exactly how to skip him as fast as possible. But, did it a bit too quickly. Hear me out, though. This is something that, I saw this morning, that there's a website that mints NFTs of Twitch clips, so you can quote-unquote own your favorite Twitch clips, your favorite streamers' moments, which is creepy and horrible for 12 different reasons. The GSA is gonna mint NFTs of every run on speedrun.com so that you can own a speedrun. This is literally happening. By the way, I am cheese. It's happening. I'm doing it. And you will all pay me for the rights to your own content. It does hurt my soul. Well, it would hurt my soul if I had one. By the way, we're getting the second QTE here, guaranteed. Yeah. That sucks. We're gonna lose my whole lead on this split. I'm not exaggerating. We're gonna lose my whole lead on this split. This run is actually ruined. I don't know anymore. I'm gonna keep focused. Because technically the run's not actually ruined, but it mostly is. I've got a minute on chapter 11. I've got a bunch of time on chapter 10. Oh, never mind. I lied, everybody. We're still 55 seconds ahead. Man, there's a massive gold waiting for me on that split someday. We lost at least a minute on that split. Run ruined, by the way. We're basically still on sub 310 pace, but man, that was such a piece of shit. Nobody bought that for a second, except for me. I bought it. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't believe it, but man, that... It's just like, it's hard to quit the game when I know that the run sucks so bad, but also, I can't be bothered to do better. I did legitimately lose like a minute there, though. The encounter was pretty quick, but you know, an encounter's an encounter. And then the fight was just like, if you do that fight perfectly, I've had it happen one time where I was able to skip all the QTEs. You have to get very lucky. What happened that went wrong in that fight is that he jumped off the stairs, so then his minions got involved, and then also I got pocket sanded at a pretty bad time. I should have still been able to skip the second QTE, but yeah, that when he goes off the stairs, it's hard to skip it at that point. You start the fight on like a little raised platform where the minions can't get you. I don't know. This game sucks.
Huh? Hmm?
Yeah, honestly, welcome to a Tapioca World Record VOD. There will be constant complaining about how the run is dead, how it's over, it's ruined. I have to keep playing after this. And then, you know, that's the run that goes on YouTube for the next year. I'm very foolishly speaking as if this is a world record VOD when I still have another hour of the run left to go. Many horrible things can happen. And probably will happen. Yeah, we will improve on this, submitted 4 years ago. I'm guilty of run comments like that. Where I'm like, yeah, I can do better, and then I just never do better. Mostly what I'm guilty of is just non-stop complaining during the run itself. By the way, there's a really scary thing coming up in a minute or two here. Potential for another encounter, which if I got another encounter, that would be a problem. The encounter on the bridge is pretty quick, but the potential encounter guarding the dice place is really nasty. It's like a dozen dudes, and they all have a bunch of health, and at this point, if I get it, I'll also run out of money. That guy on the left there is probably an encounter. Encounters on the left wearing blue. Taxis don't work here because we have a dude following us around, by the way. Only one person can fit in the little taxi boxes. Anyway, moment of truth. Is the encounter there? It is probably there. It's almost always there. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have to be god gamers then. So after this fight's over, I'm gonna hold right, and we're gonna pray that Kiryu doesn't get stuck on the old man, and if he does, then it's probably actually run over for real. I don't know why I allowed him to do that. Wow, I'm really low on money. I guess it makes sense I'm low on money because I had an encounter. Thank you for dodging so I could do that. I don't know why I chose to do that fight that way. I think I was trying to knock him over so I could do a heat action, but it just wasn't happening. Anyway, hold right. It's like right and back a little bit. How we do this. There we go. All right. Run lives. Look how close that is, though. That is actually so scary. You have no idea. The run refuses to die. Honestly, it is the spirit of GCN mania. No! I have to order some soup. It is the spirit of GCN mania that has kept me alive this entire stream. The money is a little scary. I think we're gonna be okay. I want to say the next fight probably costs like 4,000. Something like that. Get off me, old man. And then after that, we're good on money. What's going to happen here is basically like what we're doing in the plot right now is we're having this old man. We're just sort of showing him around town, doing whatever he wants. At the end of all of this, he's going to give us an amount of money. And the amount of money that he gives us depends on how many of his requests we do successfully. So like if we beat him in shogi there, he'd give us more money. If we bought the correct thing for him at the restaurant, he would give us more money. We've done everything wrong so far, except for buying him the dongo at the start, and that's going to give us enough money to get through the rest of the run. So this is the last fight we have to do in poverty. After this, the old man is going to give me 40k. And yeah, I've got like 5,000 per set. It's 100 mon per attack, so like right now, going into that combo, I had 47 hits left, for example, and only 3 enemies to kill. Each enemy takes like 10 hits, but, you know. Also, heat actions are free. So like this doesn't cost me any money. So there we go, we're fine. We're 3,000 yen over. We had about 30 hits to spare, so if we had gotten that encounter, we would have been too poor. But you can get away with 1 encounter in this run. It's worth noting as well that we don't use this sword in the finale. The game mercifully gives us an even better sword for the finale. We would have big money issues if we had to do the finale with the money sword, because the finale's very, very long. But fortunately, we don't have to. So I only need to use this sword for this chapter and the next one, and then in chapter 12 I'll be getting rid of it, and then the money doesn't matter anymore. Also, I think this rich dude ends up being like Haruka's father or something. I don't know. I know the plot enough to know that this man is about to give me money. I don't know the plot enough to know who he is. He may or may not also be like the Shogun or something. I think the Shogun or the Emperor or someone like that shows up at some point. I feel like if he was the Emperor, he would be dressed a little bit nicer instead of just being like a fat old dude. He would have some guards maybe instead of just... Well, I mean, maybe I am the guard, right? But I feel like he'd have some dedicated guards instead of me. Random dude living on the street. I have heard of Guild Wars 1, yes. I do not know anything about it other than that MMO nerds champion it as the best MMO that ever was. You ever want to play Guild Wars 1? See you next Discord Wars, Piper. Does that game still cost money? Did that game ever cost money? I know Guild Wars' model isn't subscription based. It's like a one-time purchase, right? Oh my god, Yamo. Yamo, please. You need to play my MMO, not these other MMOs. What can I do to get you back on Latro? What can I do to get a gamer to reinstall Latro? Latro is so horrible. You couldn't get me to reinstall that game. Anyway, bit of a walk. This walk is practically the last place where I could get a random encounter. Oh wait, no, this is chapter 10. Never mind. I was fast forwarding a little bit in my brain to the next chapter after this one. Oh no, big no-no. Latro is still live. You wish it shut down. I think we all do. Latro is absolutely not dead. Honestly though, like I've never played World of Warcraft or any other MMO. So like outside of RuneScape, my like core MMO experience, like for like a real ass MMO, not RuneScape, is Latro. That's it. That's my experience with the genre. I'm content to keep it that way for now. But man. Yeah, there's really no reason to play old school RuneScape free to play after you beat Dragon Slayer. That's like you're done, you beat it. There is literally nothing left in the game to work towards. It's just grind for the sake of having higher numbers. RuneScape is an MMO. It's massively multiplayer, online, and it's an RPG. You got all the stats, you got quests, you got kings and knights and armor and shit. Which are all things that you need to be an RPG. I've just defined the genre that way. Come at me, RPG limit break staff. Not an RPG if you don't have kings and knights and armor and quests. God, no. Oh, right. I played, I always forget that I did this, but I played the free trial of Final Fantasy XIV for Discord Wars 2. And I did not enjoy my time. So I will not be playing that game ever again. It's strange how when you think about it, the 12 or so hours that I played FF14, that was enough time for me to determine that I never wanted to play FF14 again. And then I played over 100 hours of Lord of the Rings Online after that. It really makes you think. Yeah, well, I haven't been watching, but a streamer that I do watch, that several others in here also watch, Pi has been doing his first playthrough of FF14, and it took him like 2 weeks of streams to get past the part that people say sucks, which is interesting. Like 2 weeks of full-time streams. I'm not sure I want to play a game that takes that long to get good. Also, for the record, I've played a lot of Final Fantasy 13, and it does not get good after any number of hours. That is a lie. I'm not sorry, Yamo. I'm not sorry, Froob, who's gonna verify this run and hear me talk shit about FF13. It's a bad game. Honestly, like, I don't disagree, Natoku. That's why, like, if you're gonna get into Yakuza, you should do it with the PS2 games, because the PS2 games get good the fastest. Zero has a bit of a slow start. I found Zero's start to be engaging, but that's because I'm already familiar with the series. And I already know the characters and the premise that it's a prequel game and stuff like that. And even still, Chapter 2 sucks. Yakuza 0 Chapter 2 is like the worst chapter in the game. This time, my objective is to not get sniped. So here's the skip we're gonna do. Check this out. We come back here. Before we go into the next room, we're gonna pick up a bomb. Now I just need to not get shot. And if I can make it into the back room without getting shot, like so, and then if I can make it to the back wall without getting shot or grabbed. Yeah, with OG1, it never gets good. Easy. Exactly my point. You can't just set people's expectations, you know? Perfect, good RNG. So that's actually what you want to have happen. Getting shot blows up the bomb faster. Yo, speaking of Froob, did you know that Final Fantasy 13 is a bad game? What's up, everyone? I hope Judgment was fun. I am doing okay at Kenzan at the moment. That being said, I had an encounter in Chapter 9. The dumbest encounter ever. It literally teleported. I ran past him, and then he teleported on top of me. So that's why I lost so much time in Chapter 9. Otherwise, this run has been quite good. And as long as I don't get completely shit on by Majima here, this split should be pretty good as well. But yeah, I hope the Judgment Legend Chapter 2 was fun. If we're talking Yakuza games that start good, Judgment's start is pretty rough in a speedrun, but casually I actually really liked it. I thought it was fun, the way you do a whole case in the first chapter. That was not very good. I need this combo to not get eaten. Oh boy. He's going for the pot. No, he's not. Please get knocked down by this. Ah, shit. This is over. We're not saving time on this split anymore. That sucks. He blocked so many attacks. It's not even over yet. That was awful. There's nothing I could have done about that to make it better. There were many opportunities for that fight to end, and he just blocked all of them. Yeah, losing time. That sucks. We were gonna save like 10-15 seconds on that split. Anyway, note the possible time save on this chapter. That is not free. That is not a free minute of time save. I actually have to get pretty lucky to save time on this split, because chapter 11 is bullshit. But I'm kind of banking on this time save, as well as some stuff in the finale. I went and figured out where you can get heat restoratives for the finale. So I'm going to save like 30 to 45 seconds on Sumo Guy. Guaranteed. communicating in eyebrows. Can't see me because I don't have the webcam on right now, but I'm just eyebrowing at the screen. We got one more run we gotta do down the forest path, and then we're basically safe from encounters for the rest of the run. This is where my run died yesterday, by the way. It was a pretty bad run. It was like 7 seconds ahead or something, because it was just such a disaster. But then I got an encounter on the forest path, which certainly didn't help, and I just called it there. I'm just gonna play the encounters extra safe because I really, really want to finish this run, and I really, really want it to be the 309 so that I can stop playing this and do GameCube Mania. Which I'm probably not actually gonna call it that because it's an uninspired name, but I'm not a very inspired person, so we'll see if I got anything better. All right, scary stuff. My L2 is stuck. Okay, unstuck it. That was an interesting thing to have happen as I was going into the scariest area in the run. My L2 on my controller just fucking jammed. Could you hear me unstick it? It made a pretty loud sound. This sub-story is required. It's just blocking the whole street. I'm thinking, I mean, GameCube Nation, but like there's no nation. It's just me playing the game. There's an encounter that's probably still going to be there right after this. Yeah, encounter is still there. I'm not even going to attempt to sneak behind him. Fuck it. YOLO. He seems blind. GameCube, New Jersey. I like that one, but, you know, open to other ideas as well. Check out this, like, sick map screen that they only ever use for this and no other part of the game. Isn't this cool? You travel across all of Japan to get to the other yellow square. Alright, objective here is to kill the first boss as quickly as possible. That's very hard to do for a number of reasons. Reason number one being that before I get the opportunity to kill him, the second boss is just gonna spawn in. Also, it's really hard to even knock this guy down. Yeah, here he comes. This is very not good. This is a setup for losing a minute. Boss needs to die, like, fucking now. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Heat action, yes, okay, we got him. That's boss number one. I can now take out my club, and we're gonna deal with the armor on boss number two. Or at least we're gonna attempt to deal with the armor on boss number two. There we go. I got him knocked down, but I don't have heat, so I can't kill him. These minions are causing me problems. This is fine, though. This is going to be a good fight because we got the two bosses dealt with without any, like, major fuck-ups. This should save most of the time saved, if not all of it. By no means a perfect fight, but a perfect fight does not exist. Don't want to have to kill him with the heat action, so we're just going to do that. We're not done yet, though. I sort of forgot. We've got another boss after that. Fucking Marume 4. He's back to ruin my run again. Because Marume hasn't been RNG enough in this game. Or I guess this is Marume 3, right? Yeah, 3. All 3 instances of Marume are just RNG hell. There he is. Be nice to me. That's not gonna connect. Yep. If you see him stumbling around, that means it's not gonna connect. Good recovery on my part. Solid Marume. Got knocked down once. That sucks a little bit. But that could have been much, much worse. Anyway, you'll see how much time we're about to save. I think it should be a lot. I don't remember. Yeah, that's the end of the split. Awesome. That was like a 5-second gold. We could get a 308 with this, with a solid finale. I've got new strats on the finale. With a solid finale, we could actually 308 this. I don't want to, you know, get everyone's hopes up, but it's possible. We are on 309 flat pace. 308 or no GameCube. Don't do this to me, Yimo. This is it. This is the run. Even if it's 309, we're gonna Okay, ready for this? Check this out. Boom. I just saved like 20 seconds from not having to look at the second cutscene of that sub-story. I'm such a gamer. Anyway. Now we're on 308 pace. I just had to do that real quick. You cannot avoid the first cutscene there, where they like, you see them say like 2 lines of dialogue. That takes up the whole street. But you gotta stick left there, otherwise you'll get sucked into a much longer cutscene. And I think I did that in my PB. I think that was that run. Because in my PB, I thought I could maybe like go on the other side of the street to avoid it or something, and that just made it worse. Sour, please. Yep. Well, we have to do some errands first. We have to pick up our upgraded sword, and then we have to go talk to Koetsu at the mansion, and then we are good to go talk to Sasaki Kojiro on the island. Or go fight him, and then do the entire island thing. The island adventure.
What? Oh.
So we got a few minutes of walking, and then after that, we're good to go. And it's gonna be all action straight to the end of the run.
Oh. Ha. Oh.
I don't know the lore. Does Musashi famously wear like an infinite ammo headband from MGS? Well, see, it should be the other way around then. Kojima's a visionary, and he would never take ideas from anyone. I think that maybe in the future, someone will time travel back to the 1600s and then use MGS1 to influence people to wear headbands. I think that'll happen. It's like a stable time loop sort of deal.
Oh.
So this is our sword. This sword, so at the beginning of the game, your sword is 10 attack, right? We pick up the Nameless Katana, which is 20 attack, and we use that for a while. Then we use the Money Sword, which is 77 attacks. That's pretty good. The sword we just picked up is like 107, something like that. Let me put it on. Yeah, 101. So this sword is very, very good. It will kill basic enemies in 2 hits. And the game just gives it to you for free for the finale, which is very nice of them. And numbers go up. RPG confirmed at RPG Limit Break staff. There's no way this sword is worse. I refuse. This is the run. I'm never doing it again. The money sword is better. Speak now or forever hold your peace. This one's got a higher number. That means it has to be better. Number go up. By the way, we don't actually have to make it evening. It saves like 1 second because it doesn't have to load all the evening lighting if you just tell him that you're not going to make it evening. That's something that I discovered in practice. This is my crazy game discovery. Hot evening skip tech, aka top option of the dialogue there. And we can just leave. Alright, that's it for walking. I am mildly salty about the encounter. This would be like 207 pace. Well, yeah, this would be like 20 or 307 pace if it weren't for the encounter. But that's fine. Still gaming anyway. I refuse. I've already done an encounterless run before. I don't need to do it again. Shit. That's potentially very bad. Please connect. Thank you. It actually gave me heat as well, so that worked out in my favor. Once you get Kojiro, it's really easy to just combo him like this. Oh boy, never mind. Never mind, fam. Get up, Kiryu. He's charging. He does a third attack. I don't know how he blocked that, honestly. That was a trash Kojiro. I'm not sure how he blocked that. That doesn't normally happen. Encounterless SMS. Sure. I mean, I won't get any encounters, it's true. No random encounter spawns on Isle Delfino. That guy was just blocking my movement. Most of these enemies only take 2 hits. Some of them take 3. Some of them are gonna have armor, which you'll see in a moment. Ow. I hate that the way that the ragdolls like block your movement. It's like, please let me through, sir. I'm slashing at your dead body because it won't fall over. Please obey gravity. It's the law for a reason. Wow, that actually knocked me over. Anyway, it's gonna start to spawn the armored guys in pretty soon. It just spawned one in. I see him. I see his spear on the side of my screen. I'm not gonna kill the armored guys until there are a bunch of them. The idea is that if I can save the armor guys for last, then we can just destroy all their armor at once with the wide swings of the club. And that ideally will be a little bit faster than dealing with them one at a time, especially one at a time, because if you do that, you have to keep swapping to the greatsword, which sucks. It does get a little awkward though. The game will only spawn in so many dudes at once. And that means that at some point we're gonna be like, you know, fishing to get the last armored guy to spawn in and just like fighting the little individual arrow dudes as they spawn. It's gonna suck ass. Oh, I don't want to do that because that's a slow thing to do. Also, as there's more and more armored guys, they just start knocking me down over and over again. I think this is good enough. Come over here so I have time to take this out. See, they're all nice and in front of me, and I can just swing away at their armor. That's not all of them, though. That's not even close to all of them, actually. There should be guys with clubs. We're missing one or two. Yeah, we were missing two guys there. I was a bit early. That's okay, though, because it was still really fast. I dealt with their armor very quickly. Don't even care. Let me swap weapons. I was not monitoring my health even in the slightest during that. So good thing I didn't get hit by the club guys, because they would have come pretty close to killing me. Like, very close. that was not good. My health wasn't flashing red, but that was still the danger zone for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and drink two. Ooh, I already have a stamina. That's interesting. I don't know where that stamina came from, the purple item. But that means I don't have to pick up one of the others, though I will anyway. If I have the space for it. I have no idea where that stamina came from. But that's good, because for one of the bosses here, I'm gonna need to spam heat actions. And heat restoratives in this game drop much more rarely than just like normal health restoratives. Yeah, it was the third item, so it must have been from back in chapter 1 or something. I love this guy's weapon. Like, is that a real weapon that they used back in feudal Japan? Glowing orange swirly baseball bat. It just looks like it looks like such a cartoon weapon compared to the other guys who have like big swords and stuff. He's just got a big dumbass baseball bat, and yet at the same time, the big dumbass baseball bat does more damage than any of them. He is the strongest dude. I have a theory about this fight. I did it this morning and it almost worked. And you know, when a strat almost works, that means it's time to do it on world record pace in the finale of your speedrun. We're just gonna rush this guy down with the light swords. No, okay, that did not work. Oh, no, oh, hell yeah. Oh, he's not dead. Now he is, okay, that was fast. That interrupts him from doing some shit, which means that he won't do attacks. which is important. Just trust me, it mattered. Anyway, the first of the 2 heat restorators I was gonna get is this right here. And the second one is in this area. It's right before you fight the boss. You drop off a little ledge, and then you like go backwards for 1 second, and it's right there. You'll see it. Also from GameCube New Jersey another week, right? Looking for any excuses possible to postpone GameCube New Jersey. Stop. My PS3 turned itself off. I guess I have to keep playing Kenzan. Trust me, it's the opposite. I'm looking for any excuse to be done with Kenzan. That item right there is only health, don't bother with it. I'll save time if I blow up this wall first try, which sounds incredibly dumb. But in PB, I placed the bomb and it just didn't blow up the wall. And I had to go get another. Thank you. Here's the second item. Oop. Here's the second boss. I'm hoping, ideally I'll leave the second boss with heat and I won't have to use the second item. But I do pick up the second item just in case, which is technically my third item, so I could have totally skipped it. You know, I was thinking, I was like, am I about to make an arrow to the knee reference in the year of our Lord 2011? And I decided against it, but I thank you for doing it. This Kiryu totally took an arrow to the knee there. Yeah, see, this is why I pick up the second item. There's zero guarantee that we're gonna leave this fight with heat. And in fact, we didn't. So, it's a good thing we've got the 2 items, right? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I will never buy, like, remember when that was a thing and people were like, actually, arrow to the knee is a Viking expression for getting married. I don't buy that shit for a second. I don't even remotely buy that. It is literally just in there, just because. It's a dumb line. Did you never hear that one before? People trying to justify the arrow to the knee thing with, like, some kind of trivia. Yeah, there's no way that Todd Howard was on that level. Anyway, check out this strat. So of the 5 mini-bosses, this is the worst dude. He is such a major asshole, I don't even know where to begin describing it. But here's the strat. Ready? We're gonna come get this cart. Get over here, sir. And we're just gonna do this. And the cool thing is, the cart doesn't even break. We get to use it again. And now he's dead. And that's the fight. That just saved me like 30 seconds. Oh my god, it's no time to backflip. I need the key. That's sturdy Japanese engineering. It's built to last, that cart. There's an interesting thing about this fight, where if you do the entire fight by the front door, this cutscene will get skipped. But on easy mode, it's not really practical to do that. Or, like, of course you can do it, but it's very slow. So I'm just gonna let the cutscene happen. I am gonna spend most of my time facing this direction, though. And the reason for that is because I do not want archers to spawn in this back room. And archers will not spawn there if I'm looking at it. I don't want archers to spawn in the back room because they have a tendency to run, and they will run very, very far away. They will just deposit themselves all the way in the back corner of the back room. I don't want to have to go back there. This is basically high FOV strats from K2. I am such a degen that I implement those in every game that I play. I tried to implement them in 5, it just didn't quite work, because 5 is a weird game. I think everyone that's gonna spawn has at this point, and I can now just fight people. Ending the fight in this part of the room is really cool as well, because you're gonna see we're gonna instantly get this cutscene for spawning in the boss instead of having to walk over here. That also is a nice thing about not going into the back room. The secret for this boss, if he breaks out of your combo, he will pole vault across to the other dock, which is really, really bad. He shouldn't do it as long as I just spam light attacks. There we go. As long as you never attempt a combo finisher, he should stay locked down, and eventually he'll just die. So that guy used to be one of my least favorites, and now he doesn't really cause me any problems. These enemies can be completely ignored, and I will do just that. That was very slow, because I didn't want to get near the guy who could grab me. Just slowly pushing the other dude down the dock. Throughout the whole game, I've been taking my weapon out while standing to the left of chains, and I do that so that the weapon takeout animation hits the chain and damages it, and then I only have to swing once instead of twice. Really minor point of optimization. That's also sort of a thing with breaking barriers. You want to be running up against the barrier when you take the weapon out, and that'll make it damage the barrier. This is mini-boss number 5. Funnily enough, even though he's the 5th dude, he's probably the easiest of them. He has some interesting gimmicks that he does. If you let him live long enough, he'll turn into ninjas. There'll just be a cloud of smoke, and suddenly there'll just be ninjas there, and he'll be like on the ceiling or something. It's like the MGS4 laughing octopus fight. But, on easy, it's not really a concern because he's very, very stupid. Oh boy. Am I about to eat my words? No, I'm not. I'm not about to eat my words. That was still kind of worse than usual, but it's fine. Purple Hat Man is running out of ground. He's only got one more set of ninjas to throw at me. Putting the sword away in favor of just running like this is a bit of a longer animation than swapping out the great sword for just like a basic sword. So if I'm not going to be running too much, then I actually don't want to put the great sword away. I want to just swap to a normal sword, but here I am going to be running enough that it's worth it, I think. Maybe not. Oh wow, can you really counter that? That's funny. We've got this whole run here to do. Probably worth putting the sword away just for that. Also note that he has a big ship here, so he could totally have just hopped on the boat and sailed out of here, and it would have been fine, but he didn't. He just completely disregards the boat. Like, that's your escape ticket, dude. Get out of here. Instead, he corners himself by going that way. Speaking of cornering yourself, I don't like being back here. It's very far from the door. Wow, nice block. Nice block. You can just keep him from disappearing at all. That's funny. What a game, this Yakuza Kenzan. Anyway, one more little section on our way to fight the extremely anticlimactic final boss. It is Fat Purple Guy. He may or may not also be RSA. All goes according to plan. Fat Purple Guy won't do too much in this fight. I have to take my sword out. That's the only time he gets to hit me, hopefully. He does do a lot of damage though. Like, I'll give it to him. He did a lot of damage with those shots. And GG. Go, 307. That was almost a 306. Good finale. What a good finale. That would have been 306 if it weren't for the encounter. That was quite good. Yeah, that's almost my cheat time. Playing this entirely off the hard drive, which means the loads are like way better. I have a 405, but that was before a lot of strats were found, or 305, not 4. I bet if I did a cheat run today, it would cut the 3. But yeah, good run. Aside from the encounter, that run was really like, I don't have any complaints. A lot of quality gaming went on there. Anyway, I'm not going to sit through this whole thing. Miyamoto Musashi may or may not be dead. It is unclear. I have been holding it for the entire run, by the way, so I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute.
少し踏ん張れ君が倒れりゃ傾かすしもう歩けないなら足にもなるし困ったならば手を借り時には手を貸すそうやって人は人生という絵を描く土砂降りの日もあれば晴れの日もあるでも今日というこの日はいくら待てど二度泣く泣き笑い抱え今君が生きてるそれだけのことで誰か幸せに満ちていくだからこそ言うんだよ生きるって素晴らしい悩んでる君に捧ぐならばこんな歌がいい泣きたい日は泣け笑いたい日笑え美しい人生君のままで苦労超えた自分におはようハローもう辛くないよ泣いたり悩んだりするから人生は美しいボディーブロー変えた自分におはようハローもう辛くないよ泣いたり悩んだりする君だからこそ美しいから思い通り行くこと少ない世の中目的夢もよく見えないここからだが時は経って過去は去って今日も新しい日々が待ってる時に投げ出す自分を隠さず誰しも同じ思いがあるはず不安な心抱えた悩みそれは神様が君に与えた課題現実の理想をさまよう前に立ち止まる勇気見失う前にもう振り返りたくない過去でもこれからの幸せの数数えよう今を急がずその身を任せありのまま気負わず君らしくあれ
Alright.
その目を覚まして君しかできない笑顔を探して
Nah, I'm not gonna do Ishin. I've been like thinking it over a bunch over the last week, and I just like don't want to do Ishin. I didn't really like the game enough to want to play it for 5 hours. The song is an extreme banger, by the way. Exactly, Imo gets it. Why play Ishin when you could play Shrek too? Because that's the plan. We got, when does Lost Judgment come out? Lost Judgment comes out September 21st, which means I've got 3 weeks-ish between now and the time that comes out, and I'm going to play that. And in that time, we're doing GameCube New Jersey. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue is pretty good. However, that's an N64 game and not a GameCube game, so. Yu-Gi-Oh! Falsebound Kingdom. I saw that on the list. Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that actually like respects the lore of the TCG? Because I don't know how to play that. I don't want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If I have to actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess I will, but... But yeah, the plan is something of a little console challenge over most of September, just to see how it goes, and if it's fun to stream, then I'll keep doing it after that and sort of mix it in with speedrun content. So look forward to that, and there will be chat interaction for picking the game on some level. Still haven't really pinned that system down, but I'll be programming it tonight, so I better come up with something. But yeah, I am very done with Kenzan now. 30709 is a good time. Been resetting this game a lot over the last week, trying to finish anything, so this feels like the run that I'm owed a little bit. Yeah, shoutouts to Zebra. He didn't sing this song, but he did do the rap at the start. And we all love the rap, and we all love Zebra. He also did He also did Butterfly City in 4, which is arguably even funnier. So Zebra is pretty much a god amongst men, and I hope he's doing well wherever he is out there. I'm actually gonna watch this. I've never seen the post-credit scene before. Kiryu's not here, is he?
いよいよ明日大阪方との戦が始まる。ここに集まった諸君に重大な任務を命じる。我々の任務は大阪城におられる秀忠様の姫君千姫様を救い出すことにある。
Yo, thanks, P
奇襲
Scholar.
を仕掛け敵陣へと忍び込む。非常に危険な任務となる。どうだ、志願する者はおらんか。
俺に志願させてください。
本当にいいんだな。
ああ。
Damn, this one dude's gonna stand up and tell off the teacher, and everyone's gonna clap.
もう後戻りはできないんだ。それに
Very patriotic.
俺もあの人のように生きてみたい。かつてこの国を救った
Oh, I see.
宮本武蔵のように。
Yeah, see, so Miyamoto Musashi is just straight up dead in this game, or at the end. Someone was telling me that he's not supposed to die there, but he totally dies at the end of this. Look how inspired they all are. Except him. He's still sitting. Oh shit, the rap is back. Dude, the way the rap fades out there, it's like the rap is like diegetic, like someone's playing it on their iPod in the room, and now that the camera's out of the room, we don't hear it anymore. God, that's really funny. I've never watched that ending cutscene before. The rap comes back. It's even less fitting when you see it like over a cutscene like that.